Hey y'all, it's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel and happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. I'm on my new laptop and that's both a good and a bad thing. The good thing is that I have a new laptop, which means we're not going to have the man anymore, folks. That's it. That's the end of the man. The good news is I also have like proper halogen lighting and some other things and an over-the-shoulder mount, but we have a little problem. Which I'll have to deal with. There's the new Apple that I have, the actual plug that is used for this, which is this, does not fit into the new Apple. The new Apple's plug is the size of my cell phone. So I'm going to have to figure out an adapter, which I think I have in the other room. So I couldn't do that tonight. I was going to show you. And the other sad thing is that I was using my old laptop, which had failed as of this morning off and on. And I was halfway through telling you about my day with Carmen and halfway through opening her amazing birthday box. So you're not going to get to see it fresh the way I saw it because that video could not upload because my laptop finished. The man is gone. The laptop officially died. And we'll just say a little, we hope you make it to Apple heaven. And now let me tell you a little bit about today. Today I got to hang out with Carmen. And we always talk about it on here, what a blessing it is when you have a real life friend who enjoys crafting. But I met Carmen on Crafting with Lillers community, but we didn't actually know each other. I was new, Carmen was not new. And one day, a Tuesday morning, my terrible Tuesday morning, there was this lovely lady and she noticed things in my cart. And she saw, well, clearly you're a paper crafter. And we start chatting. And the next thing we know, we find out that we've been hanging out on Crafting with Liller. And so we do know each other. It's just that we were meeting in real life. It was this incredible chance encounter. Anyway, we had fun together that day in the Tuesday morning, and we've been friends ever since. And I've told you guys many times, Carmen, at that time I was an art and an art professor who had never done crafting or had done very little crafting at that point. I was only a few months in. And Carmen is an expert level maker for several decades. And she graciously was like, do you want to do a swap? And I was like, yes. But in my head, I was like, oh no, how am I ever going to make well enough to even swap with this lady? Well, I worked so hard, guys. And, Carmen will tell you that there's a big change in my work from a year ago to today. But I tell you, it was like the hardest I had ever worked. And I did better on Carmen's stuff than I had done. But I look at it now and I'm thinking, wow. So we just stayed fast friends ever since. And we happen to live fairly close to one another. And by Floridian standards, very close. If my husband's driving, it's 25 minutes. If I'm driving, it's 40 minutes. So we live close to one another, which is a huge blessing. And we both missed each other. And we were so excited for me to come back down here. So normally what we would do is we would have lunch, go to Tuesday morning, go back to her place, then give each other the swap packages, and that would be our day today. But as y'all know, I hit a couple of glitches in the road, and Carmen's been working on our swap since August, and so have I. I actually started earlier. I prototyped when I was in the Holy Land, and then I started using my other paper to test it. And with some paper, I did make some of the projects for both she and Jelly Bean, but I was waiting on certain paper and certain dies. And y'all know those dies have not arrived. And so I'm right at the end of our swap, but it's not finished because I need those dies. So today we would have normally exchanged our swap gifts, but instead what I did was I gave her Christmas present, which is separate. And she gave me this amazing birthday box, guys. This amazing whole box. And I gotta tell you, I didn't unwrap, thank goodness I only unwrapped half of it. So you'll get to see half of it, my first reaction. And the rest you'll have to just take my word for it. And then she sent me the most beautiful letter, guys. It's private and she marked it privado, so I'm not gonna read it out loud. But it was the most moving letter. And I texted her right away and I said, girl, that letter is the best thing I've received all year. It was heartfelt. I missed you too. And today was so much fun, guys. The joy is being able, we were saying, if a regular friend came with us to a Tuesday morning or for lunch, they would just groan because, we're excited to talk about things like Graphic 45, which Carmen loves and so do I. and we talk about paper quality. And now she's collected like all the collections of Maggie Holmes, even though she really makes beautiful vintage inspired projects. That's really like, I said to her today, I think that's your passion, because you should see what you never see, because she's an Instagrammer and she only shares a teeny portion of what she makes. You never get to see her like mind-blowing work. So I'll give you an example. I'm going to take one of these off. Carmen made these for me. They were part of my present today. Carmen knows how to make everything from jewelry. Look at these guys. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? She made these herself. Yeah, and they're so pretty and amazing. But she also makes, like, she innovated these beautiful dresses, and she didn't use a dye. She built a prototype just from scratch, just like Jelly Bean often does. And they are stunning. Like, as the first thing I said is, wait a second, because for this swap, I ordered a special dress dye. And I know that it doesn't look anything like that, because I've tried to make it look a lot better. So I was like, what dye is that, Carmen? These dresses are magnificent. And she's like, oh no, I just prototyped it. I'll show you. And like Jelly Bean, she built out a pattern herself. And she started with one pattern, made it better, invented another pattern. And I was like, Carmen, they're stunning. Like, they're really special, folks. They're so beautiful. And so when she wanted to take pictures, I was like, for Instagram, yeah, take them next to these dresses. Take a picture of me pointing out your beautiful dresses that you never show anybody. And then I saw a prototype of an album, because, you know, one of the things Carmen said is that she wants to make like books and binder mail this year. So she's already prototyped this beautiful album. I got to see the prototype and it was just stunning. And then I opened my birthday box, guys, and she built an interactive mini book. But before I show you the interactive mini book, okay, so let me tell you something about my friend Carmen. Even these little cards are thicked up, okay? Even these little note cards. And I also wrote little notes on all of her presents, like why, and then inside it says why I bought her the present. But hers are perfectly printed. I just hooked up my printer. Perfectly printed, thicked up, beautiful quality. Okay. Every package was, I wish you could have seen it. It was beautifully wrapped with these beautiful tags. I'll show you the tags, because unfortunately in the first unboxing, I showed you as I was opening it. Look, that was the tag on the first one. Look how gorgeously printed. Fashionista in the Holy Land is what it says, right? Isn't this amazing? Okay. So I opened this up and you will not believe what these are. Yeah, it's a t-shirt die. This is chipboard thick, by the way. It's not paper thick. It's not Alicia backed up heft. This is chipboard thick. Yeah. Each t-shirt is printed in a different pattern. Oh, I have to get used to this new film section, which is probably not what I'm going to be using, but I'm using it because it's familiar to me, this program, but it goes dark really fast on this new system. Okay, so each one is done in a different pattern, in different colors. But guys, these are all the sayings on my t-shirts and dresses that I wore all year. I'm not kidding. This has got to be the most amazing thing. So this one says, create something every day. And you know that's one of my favorite dresses, and I wear it all the time, and I wear it all the time in the Holy Land. This one says, you and the dream. She's like all of my shirts, guys. All my shirts and all of my dresses. Wait. Life is beautiful. Dress accordingly. That's my black dress. It just keeps going. It was like even my husband thought this was really cool. Karma, Sunshine, Peace, Yoga, Love, and Coffee, which is one of my favorite t-shirts that I wear in Florida. And this one says Straight Out of the World, and that's my cat t-shirt. And my Mermaid Gang t-shirt, which I wore this week, even though I found out, guys, it has a little hole in it. I'm going to have to replace it. Look at it. It's so cute. She made every shirt and dress that I own into these. I love them so much. This one says, do what you love. Yeah, I love this shirt too. Aren't these not amazing? I'm never using these. Like, I want to use them. I'll just get a t-shirt dye, because now I realize how much I like the t-shirt dye. I already liked it, but now I really like it, because you can do something like this for somebody. I mean, she literally has all my shirts and dresses on here. Oh, I love these so much, Carmen. I wish you had seen my first reaction to them, because I was like, ah! And then, all right, so beautiful belly band, vellum envelope. Look at this belly band, guys. So even on this camera, had I been able to set up this halogen light, you would have been able to see that all the flowers are like beautifully glittered up and edged so that there's so much detail in this. Look at this gorgeousness. And it's a mixture of vellum and regular paper blended together to create this 3D beautiful effect. So stunning. All right, but now I have to put the book back together properly so you can fully appreciate it. So this is the collection, and I know because Carmen's upped Carmen's game. Now there's a little card inside that tells me what collection it is, who made it. I was so impressed, Carmen. I was like, okay, even that's you raising your game. And your game's already way up here. This is the collection that Soleil was working with the other day. And you know what? I had never seen this one. And it's really cute, guys. It's that sweet collection. Carmen has built an interactive flip that is so cool. And these flips work perfectly, these interactive flips. And then what she did was she filled each one with these beautiful tags. And on one side, they're like very Carmen. They have like, they're a useful tag. They have a drop-in piece and a pocket. And it's like a journaling note, and it's double-sided. Of course it is, because it's Carmen. And then on the other side, this one says, may your birthday be as special as you are. Each one says something different. And I always tell you guys, Carmen's like the tag queen. She loves tags. It's like what I worked really hard on for her swap, actually, is to make her really interesting tags. And then this one says, it's a fantastic day to be fabulous. And she used all rose gold elements to end my favorite blues for this. And it's just a stunning. And guys, I didn't know you had a macaroon die, because you know Carmen has tons of dies, but I didn't know you had this. It's so cute. It made me want to get a macaroon die. And so each tag that is tucked in here, and by the way, not only do the interactive sections work perfectly, but like every piece is so beautifully propped up and accented, guys, like from the jemmies to the small cut apart she did. Everything is just very tasteful. This is a pocket down here, and then she cut out, fussy cut out, which is how I knew right away what collection it was actually. And all of her words, like, you know, when we get these, they never look this spectacular. You really have to layer this up to get this kind of dimension. This is like several layers layered up. But look how fabulous it is. So it's taught me that, you know, when we do these little word dies, you really have to invest in the thickness of them. And there's string and balloons and, oh, it's just magical. And then all of these, I wish you had seen it on the opening. I was so excited. I'm still so excited. Okay, and so this one says, they're all so great. The secret of staying young is to live honestly, eat slowly, and lie about your age. Lucille Ball. So she totally personalized each tag. This one says, you're the youngest you'll ever be again in your life. Just saying. It's so amazing. And then she hand-built a present, and there's a hat. Everything is done with such incredible detail. That hat is built. Again, this is Carmen. You know, takes the time, super thicked up, elegant. This one says, birthdays are nature's way of telling us to eat more cake. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, they are. And then, of course, it's the cake piece. But then I love this die she uses. I love this postage die. And I asked her to show me. She has 2 sets of postage dies, and I like both of them very much. But she was explaining she really prefers this one because you can print right on it. And she gives me the date, and she tells me, like, so this one she built the flip book at the end of September. She finished it. So each project, she tells me when she finished it. Is that not amazing? Oh, I'm so in love with this. And this one says, celebrate. And this one says, you can handle more than one candle. And it's so amazing because it's a bookmark. And then it tells me it's the Cafe Parisian collection from Life is Sweet, Graphic 45. I told you, I knew it. I knew it. So it was so beautiful. Look at this. And this one says, eat more cake. And this piece, I had to touch it. I was like, is that cardstock or wood? And it's actually, she's just layered up the cardstock so well. It looks and feels like wood, like a wood pie. I love that. On the back, she writes happy birthday, of course. On this one, it says best wishes, but life is special with friends like you. I thought this was the most amazing book of fabulousness. And she's, you know, for Carmen, who is an expert level crafter, like, you know, I hope to be as good as Carmen in 20 years in terms of her construction, her ability to build up layers. But this was like, she doesn't usually make books because it's not her thing. But I knew today, because when I saw that album on her shelf, I was like, oh, that prototype. I mean, her prototype was so great, guys. It was just so great. It was magical. So I knew this was going to be fabulous. Like, I just knew when I opened it, I was like, oh, wow. And I'm really honored because she doesn't make books, but she did this for me, right? So that was loads of fun. Okay, so, and then the other thing I showed you guys in the other video were 3 really amazing goodies, which, again, Carmen has the advantage of knowing my stash. So she got me, I can't believe you got me this. She got me the Stampy cleaner because she knows I use baby wipes. I don't use proper stamp cleaner. So she got me the Stampy because she knows I won't buy it for myself. And then she got me the poppies because when everyone else was hauling these, guys, I wasn't here. And she knows I love, she knows I love this kind of like small flower for projects. So she got me, look how beautiful these colors are. They're somewhere between like a rose and a Cabernet with white, and they're so pretty. And then this one, and then this one. And while we were looking, like we were talking about all different ways, like when we make flowers, our method of scrunching and spraying and glittering and distressing, and then also about what we do to flowers like this, and like all different methodologies. It was so much fun to sit and talk to somebody for hours about like how we alter things. Because, you know, our husbands don't want to hear it. Our partners don't want to hear it. Our wives don't want to hear it. But our friends want to hear it. This was super thoughtful. I was so excited when I found this because Carmen knows I have the boxed card set, but I could never find the ephemera. So Carmen went and got me the ephemera. So this is the good vibes with like the cool camera, the cassette tapes, the Polaroids. She knew that I wanted this, especially because I have the box cards. So this is so great. And she knew I didn't have it in my stash. And then she got me the Heidi Swap ephemera. And this is the 64 pieces. And this one is great because it has all the vellum and delicate pieces. And I've never been able to find it. But Carmen found it. She did. And this goes with so many collections. And you can use this in so many ways. It's such a beautiful addition to a stash. So I was like, yay, Carmen. Okay, so those are the things I showed you before I had the video problem. And now I can open up. I didn't even expect it to be. I thought it would be like one small gift, and we're at 17 minutes, so I got to be cognizant because I want to tell you about our day. It might have to be in part 2. I'm opening this up. We had so much fun, like talking about distressing methods, and then she was showing me how the big Tim Holtz dies work. Because actually, guys, my die cutter can't hold a Tim Holtz biggie. So, OMG, is this not? Look at these, guys. This is so cute. It is both holographic white and every shade of pink flat back. Look at this with a tulle bow. And it says, hello, friend. And it's in this amazing, and this is glass. Glass, it's like an idea. It's an idea full of flat backs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But literally, like, this is going to help with so many projects. This is amazing. And this is my birthday present. My big swap box is sitting in the other room, and I didn't even want to take it because until I'm finished, I don't like to take a swap box, but Carmen insisted, and it's so beautifully decorated. I wish I could show it to you, but I can't until. Oh my gosh, Carmen, these are beautiful. Look at these, guys. Boy, my hands. You have to forgive me, folks. Who made these? These can't be Paper Studio. Look at them, guys. Oh, Carmen, these are amazing. There are no cards in all of these amazing vintage and shabby patterns. Because she knows, like, I want to learn how to make better cards, so she's giving me all the bases so that I have a place from where to start. Carmen, this was really thoughtful. Again, I'm going to say she definitely has the advantage of knowing my stash very well, but still, look at this. Carmen, this was so thoughtful of you. And everything was just so beautifully wrapped. I wish you guys saw more of Carmen's work. You know, unless we do a swap with her, you don't get to see it. Or she'll post the odd thing on Instagram. But guys, you got to just take my word for it. if you had been in her craft space today, which is really more like a studio, and you actually saw some of the things she'd been working on, not for a swap, just for herself, you would be like, lady, I want to swap with you tomorrow. I mean, the amazing vintage creations, mind-blowing. She is such a precise, beautiful maker. And so, oh, you did not make another book. I cannot, okay, so now I don't even know what to say. Because, guys, I gotta tell you something. She told me she wanted to learn how to make books this year. And I was like, you go, girl. And, we're both learning how to sew. So, as part of her Christmas gift, I gave her some, I guess, blanks of Tim Holt binders to start with. But she clearly figured out how to make a book better than me. Like, this is going to be an epic part 2. Guys, I can't rush this. I'll just show you the front. I want to take off this delicate, beautiful tulle and flower because I cannot believe this. Look at this. Guys, you got to see it. My camera has frozen. I don't know if it's still filming, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pause it, and what I'm going to do is we're going to come back on with part 2.